Okay, ladies, good morning. Welcome to our team call. So we are on August 20th here. So let's get into my screen share here. Thank you guys for getting up in the morning and joining me. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yep.
All right, now let me just find, okay, here we go. So first, I wanted to welcome all our new coaches. So I just updated all these this morning to make sure I had all updated numbers and updated people. I didn't want to leave anybody out. So far, I don't know if you all saw the post yesterday, but we as a team so far have changed and helped 16 people start making that first step into the lifestyle change. So that is awesome. 16 of those people, 10 of them were coaches. So that are, to me, are great numbers. Everybody is doing great. So I just wanted to welcome all the new people to our team, whether they're just a discount or whether they're a business builder. You are still part of this team, still welcome on these calls. So I just wanted to welcome everybody to our Fit family here. This is always my favorite. I am just super excited to see all the names that we have that have points on the board so far. I don't know if you guys did see Michael Greenberg's comment on my post on how great everybody's doing, changing 16 lives. But he did extend that anybody here on the list, if they hit Success Club, he's like, oh my God, there's some people that are like only 2 people away from hitting Success Club. He has extended out. So not only will you get into that drawing for me at the 1st of September for me to draw that $100 cash ticket out, but he has extended for our team that he is going to give you a personal development book of your choice, whether you want it for yourself or you want to give it to one of your challengers. So that's an extra incentive for just going and helping those 2 more people, or for some of you, just 1 more person. So you will definitely be getting that from him. But I just wanted to tell all of you that you are doing a fantastic job. And Natalie should really be 6 because she's doing hers and her husband's like I'm doing mine and Alex's. So it kind of splits up the amount of people that her and I are adding to the pot here. But you guys are doing great. And I need to give props to Adriana. She was a coach with us for a very short period of time, and then she canceled it. She wasn't ready yet. And she came back, and she already has sold 1 challenge pack. She just signed back up, and she is, I believe, the youngest coach on our team. She's in her senior year this year. So she's doing great. She totally has a change of mindset. Same thing with Tara. Not that she left and came back, but after going to Summit, Tara's mindset completely shifted. And I could see a difference in not only her when me and her have our one-on-one calls, but also in her posting and things that she's posting and things that she's sharing, which is why she's getting a lot more traction. So I just wanted to give props for those things. But everybody is doing phenomenal. Everybody has their names here on the board, whether it's for your volume points or whether it's for Success Club points. But we just need to make sure that we're focusing on that non-negotiable of getting those points on the board for Success Club and hitting Success Club. 3 lives a month is all that we need to focus on. And let me get out of here if I can. There we go. Because I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, so this is what the portal looks like if you're a coach. You can go into the group feed. So from here, if you'll see off to the right here where it says challenge group guides, if you're doing a particular, like say we were just doing country heat or we were just doing 21 day fix. Good morning, Amber. I just noticed you're on here. You can go into there and it'll give you like the PDF of different things to post in your challenge group. So they give it to you right here. So you don't have to go into the back office and find it and then copy it and put it. You can just copy it right from there and paste it right into the portal. For participants, this is what it looks like in the coach view. So you see everybody's name, and if you see a C next to it is a coach. You can have up to 10 coaches do a group together, which is something that they changed. When they first came out with it, you couldn't team and do a group with other coaches. It was only 1 coach allowed. So I like that they have this now. This is how I'm going to do all my challenge groups now that we can do it with more than 1 coach. I will only be using this. I think it would be great for us to, if we have people that are on Instagram, and Amy, I just saw your picture. That's a cute picture. We have, people that we're helping that are on Instagram, but they might not be on Facebook. So now we can help them because we can just say, okay, all you need is their email, which you're going to get to send them the order. Once they finish their order, their email also pops up in your back office. So what is great is when you get a lead and you got a lead and they ordered a challenge pack, you know, you send them the welcome email, but then you send them an email and you invite them to your challenge group if it's a multi-program or if it happens to be the program that they purchased. And sometimes, even if you're doing in here in the portal, if you're doing, say you're doing a 21-day fixed group, but somebody bought Country Heat, you can still invite them to the group because they will just pick what program they're following. That way they can just have the accountability and the motivation from the group. So I really, really like this. And as you can see, purple and green means that we have set up all our information. We've put our before picture, we put our measurements, we put our weight, we put the program. So we have set up our little account. And then as a coach, you can view each person's account. Like, let's see. Let's go in here. Well, I don't want to. Here, I'll do.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Real quick, how come I'm not listed as a coach?
I'll list anybody as a coach until they tell me they have a challenger in there, and then I'm going to put them as a coach because we can only have 10. So if you have a challenger, let me know, and then I'll put you in there as a coach. I'll switch it because I want to make sure who has challengers, they can view their challenger. That's what I'm about to show you right here. Now, if you have a challenger in here, this is what you can view as their coach. Only coaches can view this. So this is a way to keep track of your challengers. Okay, so I know for Albert, this is his goal. He wants to share his journey. He wants to finish Hammer and Chisel. So I know what his goal is. I know what workout program he's doing. I know what flavor Shakeology he's drinking, and I know his start weight. And then once he starts logging his activity, I will see his logs. So if he's skipping, like if I'm noticing every Wednesday he's not drinking his Shakeology, as his coach, I can be like, okay, you're doing great, but what's happening on Wednesdays? Why can't you get your shakes in on Wednesdays? And we can help them better because they're logging it here and we can view it. And then for some reason, if the person doesn't want to be in the group anymore, you can remove that one particular person. And here it tells you he has everything set up for his notifications. So it gives us all the information that we need to. And then you could also, trying to find where that is, once he starts logging and stuff like that, you can send a message. You could email him right through here. So you can send messages in chat and then, oops, and it's right over here on the right side in the purple box, send message. So you can chat with them individually through this app and they'll get a notification in the app that you're wanting to talk to them. I like that it's separated like this because a lot of times I think our challenge groups get lost on Facebook because they have so many notifications that sometimes they probably don't even see. I know for me, I don't always get my notifications. So sometimes one of you guys will post in the GetFitCrew and I never even got a notification. I only know because I went into the team page just to go through the thread and see. So I like this because it keeps it separate. So we'll get the notifications and we'll see what people are doing. So I just wanted to quickly show that. Let me stop my screen share real quick. I just wanted to quickly show how you use it as a coach. So once you get a challenger and you get added as a coach, then you can add them in there. Oh, I just realized I didn't show you how to add them in there. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? You can tell my brain's not working yet. Okay, so let me go back to my groups here. Okay, so you have to pick what group, obviously, you are a coach in. So if you have more than one group going in here, which you can run your free groups in here as well, so that way they're used to how the challenge groups go. Go to participants, let's see. Okay, so go under invitations. You will put their full name here, their email address. You will add them to the list. When you're done adding your people, you need to make sure you click invite participant. If you don't click that, their name is just sitting there added to the list until you click invite participant. So it's super simple how to add somebody. Then they'll get an email with steps on downloading the app. And then once they go into the app, they will set up their account in the app. So I just wanted to show that to you guys so that way you would have that. Okay, so now let's get into our little team power hour here. So I want everybody to open up and log into their Facebook page. So we can do a little bit of, I'm going to show you some steps of a few things that I make sure I do every single day. And that way I show up for my business every day with these few things that I make sure that I do. Some take longer than others, so some of them we'll just do it for a few minutes so you can get the feel of it. I know when it comes to my follow-up and my note cards, I'm sitting down for at least a half hour because my stack's a little big. So once everybody has their Facebook opened, let me get into mine here. My dogs are going bananas this morning. All right. Okay. So now that we are in our Facebook, the first thing I want everybody to do, and I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes, and I want you to just continue adding people until I tell you that the 3 minutes is up. Different ways to add people. You can go into the little double head where it gives you recommendations of friends, or you can go into the search menu and you could type in friends of friends who like, and then type something that you like. Because what you're looking for is people that have the similar interests as you. You know, you want to attract like-minded people. So you want to find people that are interested. Like Amber might like friends of friends that raise chickens. Amy would probably write friends of friends that love Halloween. Things like that, things that are like your niche, something that you like, so you can make sure you're attracting that same tribe. So let me set the timer. Alexa, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes is on, so everybody just start adding those friends. And the reason I do a time and I don't do a number of people is because for me, I'd rather add as many as possible. So I don't like to give myself only add 10 people a day. I'll set the timer for 2 to 3 minutes and just continue adding until the timer's done. Because not everyone you add is going to accept. So you might be like, okay, I added 10 people. You really didn't. You requested 10 people. It depends on how many of them are actually going to accept your friend request to say how many you've really added.
So Tanya, we're
Yes.
putting this in the search bar and then we're going to people.
Yes, so what you'll type in the search bar is friends of friends that like, and then put something you're interested in. And then the screen will pop up showing all mutual friends of your friends that like the same things that you're interested in.
I got sorry, we didn't find a matching person.
Huh? What did you say?
I got sorry, we didn't find a matching person in this search.
Did you do Halloween?
Yep.
I thought Halloween would have pulled up so many people.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure I was in the right place. But
Yeah, like the search menu up on the, like the search bar up on the top where it says search Facebook.
okay,
Hi, friends of friends that like Halloween Horror Nights.
going.
It'll pull up people that
Because my child won't be quiet.
And if any of you have questions as you're doing it, just unmute yourself and ask away. That's what I'm here for. And doing it this way also and doing a time really ups your chances to get to know and meet a lot more people. And our timer is up, so we are done adding people. Alexa, stop timer. The next thing that I want you to do, and if you don't know where to find this, let me know and I'll tell you. So you're adding people every single day to your network this way, whether you're going into the double head and you're adding people, or you're going into the search bar and you're looking for people. But what you need to do once they accept you is you should be sending them a message, saying, hi, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for accepting my friend request, or whatever you want to say. Usually that's what I say. Hey, it's so nice to meet you. I saw we had so many mutual friends and you have so many interests that I have. Thanks for accepting my friend request. I love meeting new people is usually what I end up sending. depending on the person. They might not be somebody that I have a lot of interest in. They just might happen to, I look on their page and don't see too much. But I always send them a message. So what I want you to do, and this should only take a couple minutes, is to go into your Facebook, and where the double heads are, if you click it, it'll show you accepted requests on there. So it'll show the people that accepted your requests from the day prior. So if you click on, it'll be a little box of like pictures. And if you click on that box, it'll give you a drop down list of the people that have accepted your friend request. I would like you to send each of them a thank you message. And that should only take you a couple minutes. Okay, did everybody get to finish those? Thumbs up? I'm sure all of you are muted. Good, everybody was able to do that? Okay, the next thing I want you to do, which you might all want to make sure that you're muted, because I'm going to have you send a voice memo to a couple people. Whether it's someone in your messages that you haven't responded to their message yet, or just someone that you just want to say, hey, happy Saturday, I hope you have a great weekend, a little message like that, just to kind of like reconnect. Or if it's somebody you haven't chatted with in a while that you want to reconnect with, I want you to send them a voice memo. That you can't do on your actual computer. So I don't know if you guys have your phones next to you, or your iPad or something like that, but you'll go into Messenger, and I'll show you. If I can open my Messenger here. You'll go into Messenger, and for me, I'm going to utilize this time to reconnect with some people. So if you guys want to use it for the same thing, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to put the timer on for a couple minutes, and I want you to reconnect with some people. But do it so they can hear you. I know that's a hard thing to do, but I noticed when I started doing voice memos is when I would really get the feedback from them. People that maybe hadn't ever answered me would answer me, because they're usually like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing. I didn't even know you can get a voice memo on Facebook. So it really opened up a lot more, and it was just me saying hi and I hope you have a great weekend. I try to do voice memos, not every time I message somebody, but if I notice I haven't sent them a voice memo in a while, I like to utilize that. It's good for them to hear your voice. Think about it. When somebody calls you instead of texting you, doesn't it feel a little more personal because you're hearing their voice, you can hear their excitement. So I feel you get the same thing from voice memos, so they can connect with you more. The whole thing with this business is connecting with people. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. So I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes, and I want you to send a couple voice memos, whether, like I said, it's reconnecting with somebody, or maybe somebody had a question about what is this whole challenge pack thing, what is the health bet. Send them a voice memo explaining it. Let them hear your excitement. So the way to do that is, if you're in your Messenger, say you go to that person's message, right here at the bottom there's a microphone. If you press that microphone, a little round record button will come up. You have to press and hold that. Now, just so you know, you can only talk for a minute. It will cut you off after a minute. You don't want to leave somebody a message longer than a minute anyways, because by that time, they're done listening to you. They're like, okay, she's just rambling. So it's good that it cuts you off after that time. So I'll set the timer, and I want you to do a few reconnects and chat with a few people. I'm going to mute my microphone also, so that way you guys aren't hearing me blabble while you're trying to talk to people. So your timer's on right now. Okay. So timer's off. I was just waiting. I saw a couple of you still talking, and I didn't want to be in the background of your voice memo. Let me see. Christina, what kind of voice message would you leave for someone you invited to your challenge group but hasn't responded? Okay. This is what I would leave for them. I don't know. I don't see your face in there, Christina, but I don't know if you can hear me. I would leave a voice memo like, hey girl, or if it's a guy, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy you're inviting, but I would just be like, hey girl, hope all is well. I haven't heard back from you. I just wanted to follow up and see if things were okay, if you were still interested in the group. If not, that's fine. Maybe you want to go, maybe I can try helping you in a different way. Some sort of memo like that so she can hear that your sincerity, that it's not about that you just want her to buy the challenge pack, that you want to help her. Can you tell that she has actually read your messages and she's not responding?
Hey, yeah, she's read them. So I can, right? Because you can see if it's just the chat head comes up, right?
Right. That means she's read it. If it's a check mark, that means it's sent successfully, but they haven't read it yet.
Okay. Yeah. Then the chat head's there. So I know she's read it.
Okay. So this would be my message, which I was afraid to do it the first time I did it, but I got a lot of, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to write this message and, but I would just say like, hey girl, I hope everything's okay. And I didn't upset you in some way or not, because I can see that you're reading my messages, but I haven't heard back from you. So now I'm just a little concerned about you and concerned. I hope I didn't like offend you or make you upset. I just, I'm just trying to reach out and help all my friends. But if this is something you don't want to do, it's okay. You can be honest and tell me if you're not ready. And we can just, we can get started when you're ready to get started, and then that way it takes the pressure off and it takes that, and a lot of times they will drop their wall that they put up, and then be a little bit more comfortable. Like, oh, no, you didn't upset me at all. I'm sorry. I was busy. And then you get that kind of message.
Right.
Because I've had so many of those where you look at the chat and it's blue, 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 and you could see the little head next to it, but they're not responding. So I just finally started either sending that as a voice memo or typing it like, I hope I didn't offend you, or I hope we're okay, and, this, that, and the other, because I never heard back from you. So I just want to make sure you're okay, and, if you're not ready, that's fine.
Okay. Tanya, going back to the friend requesting thing, how picky are you when you're adding friends? Like, do you just see that you have a mutual friend and it's like add, or do you look at their profile a little bit, or do you, because that, I think I'm running out of, I'm going through mutual friends lists and I'm doing the friends of friends, and I'm kind of like, oh, I remember her, talking to her briefly. I remember like her messaging on my wall. So now I'm just looking for like more of the creative ways of like adding people now, inviting or adding to my friend list.
I used my like page for a while to add. When people would like if I would boost or share my like page and things like that and get other people that weren't already my friends, I would add them. That's actually how I found Julie, one of our coaches, on my like page. She liked my page and I would look through the pictures and I'm like, oh, she looks really nice. And then I would click on their profile and check them out a little bit and then add them. But I go through that request thing, but I always hover over, like, on the bottom where it says you have 7 mutual friends under their name.
Yes.
I always hover over that and check the friends. I want to make sure that they're not someone that's already your friend or another coach that I know, because I'm not about stepping on toes. Yeah. As long as it's a coach that I know of. I mean, one of their friends might be a coach. I just don't know them. The only time I ever add somebody that's already a coach's friend is if I've actually met them in person and we did actually connect and became friends. And I'm just adding them for that purpose, not for business purposes.
So I run into the problem that the mutual friends, like what we just did, I didn't add anybody, because everybody that came up when I clicked on them, their mutual friends were Tanya Grish, Jennifer Greenberg. So I really, in that 3 minutes, I've added nobody. So for me, it takes me a while because I always go to mutual friends, because there's no point in us adding, from the same pot.
What about for you? This would be my suggestion for you, because you're running into that problem. I would, when you comment on your friends' things and then other people comment?
Yes, I do that.
Do you go onto their profile, check them out a little bit and add them? That's how I would get them.
That's how I do get my friends now.
Okay.
I never use that search thing. That's why I was asking you how to do it.
Then that's exactly how I would do it. I would go on my actual friends that aren't mine or Jennifer's like page, you know, like not a coach's page, like a non-coach friends page, and add people that way. So then the way you're doing it is perfect.
Okay.
Is perfect. You can add in so many ways. Like you can use your like page to where obviously your like page is getting you totally different people, especially if you run ads on it, because it's getting people that you've never had before. And then when they like your page, you can check them out and then you could add them on your personal page. So that's actually how I started growing my personal page, through my like page. Just now, because I haven't run as many ads on my like page, I am doing all the other stuff. So, okay. So Christina's on Albert's phone now because their computer died. Okay, so the next step, I hope Albert text or unmute. Christina, did that answer your question at all?
Yeah, that did. I was looking for the creativity of like trying to add the friends. So
Okay.
I've been going back and like, it's funny because doing like all these videos now, or like talking about the, you know, like just my sharing my journey. I'm going back to people who I thought like didn't remember me, you know, like back in high school, where I was like, oh, they won't remember me. They won't remember who I am. And surprisingly enough, like somebody messaged me back like, oh, I always wondered what happened to you. So don't think that people won't remember you, or that people won't, you know, say, oh, I remember her, you know. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going back like through friends or friends, and oh yeah, I remember them.
Perfect.
So.
And then if you happen to comment, like I was saying with Amy, if you comment on somebody's post and then you get a notification, so-and-so commented on a post you're following, go in there, check out what they commented. You know, maybe you could see that they're goofy or they're funny, and you could be like, oh my God, this is totally somebody I could hang out with. Add them. What harm can it be? If they accept it, then they're looking to find new friends also. And then you just send them a thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much for adding me. I read your comment on so-and-so's post and you had me dying laughing. I just had to get to know you better. Something like that, you know, so that way they know it's for purposes of getting to know new people. So another thing that I do when I do my power hour, obviously I do my follow-up. We won't do that now, but you guys can do it when you get off. My follow-up consists of my note card system. So if any of you on here haven't watched the team call that we did on my note card system, message me, let me know. I can send it to you. But I got detailed on how I use my note cards. I usually take my stack and I sit in front of the computer. It takes me about 30 minutes or so, and I'm inviting, following up, building relationships, everything all in that time frame. But you do want to make sure that you're following up with people and you do have some sort of system in place. Even if you're only talking to 5 people, find a system, start trying a system now, because once it gets bigger, it's so hard to start that system because it takes you such a long time to get everybody written on a note card or everybody put into an Excel spreadsheet or whatever system you decide to go with once you have a lot of people you're talking to. And people will fall through the cracks if you do not have a follow-up system already in place. Trust me. Because I'm going back to old conversations that people I haven't talked to in months because of that purpose. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, because I know on our Facebook, it's impossible to know if we're talking to everybody that we have on our friends list, to let them know and personally chat with them individually. So this is something new that I started doing maybe like a couple months ago that's helping me add people back into my follow-up system, because I didn't start my system right away. And, you know, when you start your system, are you truly messaging every single person on your Facebook? Probably not. You're probably doing what I did at first, and I'm like, oh, this person will be interested, I'll message them. You really should be talking to everybody, because the more people you talk to, you're taking this little area of people that might join you, and the more people you talk to, that area gets bigger and bigger and bigger, because you get like 1 out of every 10 probably of the people you talk to, maybe 1 out of every 15. So if you're only adding 5 people a day and you're only talking to 5 people a day, chances are you're not going to get somebody to join you, because you're not talking to enough people. You really have to talk to enough people. So what I started doing was, Facebook helps with that. They tell you whose birthday it is. So I make sure every day that I go into my events and my birthdays, and I wish everybody a happy birthday. One, because I love wishing people happy birthday. Because, you know, who doesn't like people like to celebrate their birthday for a whole month sometimes. I know I do. When it's the month of June, I'm like, it's birthday month. It's not just birthday day. So I like to tell everybody happy birthday. That's just something I've always done, telling them happy birthday. But what I've been doing lately is I write it on their wall, but then I want to go in and make sure I message that person and tell them, you know, I hope you have a really great day today for your birthday, you know, depending on who it is. I hope you get spoiled rotten, or, you know, whatever. How are you celebrating it? I hope you do something great today. You know, I hope you get whatever present you wanted. My message is always different, but I've been sending them a message, and what I'm finding is I have never messaged some of these people ever, and I've been a coach for over 3 years, because your message thing keeps your messages with that person. And if you write them a message and that's the first message you've ever sent them, there's only one blue box. So it's a way that I'm adding into my follow-up system, because I'm sending them a message and I'm seeing if I ever talk to them. And I'm also seeing if it's somebody I talked to like a year ago and I haven't talked to them since. So now they're in my follow-up system and they won't fall through the cracks, and I can reconnect with that person, see what they're doing in their life. So I've been utilizing that. So one thing that I would like you guys to do as part of our power hour today, which is something totally different and not in our normal power hour, is I want you to go onto Facebook in the events, and I want you to send a birthday message to the people whose birthdays it is today. If it's somebody you have not talked to, jot their name down so you can add them into your follow-up system, and it's somebody that you can stay connected with and build that relationship with. So I'm not going to set the timer, because everyone's going to have different amounts of people to say happy birthday to. So as soon as you're done, just give me a thumbs up, and we will we'll go from there. But I want you to send them. You can write on their wall also. I love writing happy birthday on people's walls. I want them to feel spoiled on their birthday. So, but if you want to write on their wall, but also make sure you send them a message. It's a little more personal way to tell them happy birthday. And I'm finding that they really like that. It makes them feel a little more special. You're not just another person writing on their wall. You took the extra step to tell them happy birthday. And does everybody know where to find that? If you don't know where to find it, just unmute yourself and I can tell you. You know, and you can even go one step. You can send them like the little smiley face. If you press on that, you can search different things, and you could search happy birthday, and they have cute little different happy birthday things that you can send people. I've sent those too, you know, because I just think like that's something that I would want on my birthday. That would be cool if like somebody you just sent me a cute little dancing happy birthday person with candles on their head. You know, you could send one of those GIF things that say happy birthday and send them something cool. I see Amy's doing the same as me. As you're adding them, you're putting them on the note card. So far this morning, I have like 6 new note cards of people that I hadn't talked to yet. Just by people that I've added, and now people that I've said happy birthday to, that now can go into my system so they don't fall through the cracks. So this is another way that I've been, because I try to not only add to my network, but I try to add to my system, because I know when I first started, I didn't have one. So a lot of people fell through the cracks. I mean, I tried different systems, but they never worked. This seems to be the one that I'll never shy away from. This one. This one works perfectly for me. So is everybody still working? Or if you're done, just give me a thumbs up so I know who's done and who's still working. Okay, good. Christina, Albert, are you still going? So I don't see a camera, so I don't know if you guys are done or you're done. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's something that you should add to your little, I mean, look, that didn't take very much time, but now you've added somebody else to your system, so then that way you can keep connecting. Oh, puppy kisses. So let's see, I wrote down here some different things. So when we're done, obviously, personal development is at some point, whether you do it when you sit down to do your power hour, or if you do it when you first wake up in the morning or when you first go to bed, that is very, very important. And I promise you, I thought it was a crock. I was like, yeah, okay. Reading a book's really going to help me build a business. You know why it does is because it gets your mindset in the right place to build your business. There are so many things in life that gets our mind like just all messed up and negative sometimes and not in the right place. And reading these different books help. There's so many books for empowering men. There's so many books for empowering women. There's so many books for empowering entrepreneurship. I'm reading a networking book right now that really helps with learning the best ways to network, learning the best ways to talk to people, the best ways to reach people. There's so many books out there. My favorite book that I've read lately, I actually listened to it on Audible. I just sent it to Amy. Anybody else wants me to send it, I can send you the link for it. Because usually with Audible, if you don't already have Audible, your first book, you get 1 credit, so your first book ends up being free anyways. It's called Go for No. Amazing book. Even Alex, my husband, who is not into personal development, for the longest time wasn't even into me doing this business because it took away my time with him. I listened to it on our way home from Nashville from Summit. And at first I was like, oh, we should be listening to an audiobook. And I could hear his eyes rolling while I was driving. And so I did the norm of, okay, we won't listen to it. And then I was like, no, I need to listen to this right now because I'm driving, so I can get my personal development done while I'm driving. I can get 2 things done at once, and I won't feel like I still have to get it done. We listened to the entire book from beginning to end. That was on Sunday. He went to work Monday, and he applied the Go for No at work and had the best numbers he's ever had on a Monday. So now he does it all the time in his head, go for no, go for no, go for no. So he still utilizes that. It is a great way and a great tool to help you with not giving in when someone's like, no, I just really don't have the time right now. And we just go, oh, okay. It helps you. Like, they let them flat out be like, absolutely not. I don't want this. So I really, really liked the book. So if any of you have not listened to it, it's about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, long, an hour and 20 minutes. It's something you could be listening to while you're doing chores around the house. It could be something you're listening to while you're driving. If you go for walks daily or go for runs, you can listen to it while you're doing that. You can have it done very quickly, but you will take it with you forever. It's one of those books you can go back and listen to just for that extra motivation if you're having a day that you're having a hard time. So make sure you do your personal development at some point today. The weekends, I usually get my most personal development because I'll sit in a lounge chair for a little while and get my reading done on my Kindle. And you don't realize how much time's gone by because you're just sunbathing. So, but another thing that you guys need to make sure you're doing in your power hour is checking in with your challengers. So all of us should be running a free group at one point each month, whether you do a 7-day free group or a 21-day free group or even a full month free group. I have an ongoing group that started in January, and each month we just focus on something different. But you need to check in with those challengers. You need to be helping them with their journey, messaging them, speaking to them individually, making sure that you're posting, making sure that you're commenting back. So one thing I want all of us to do right now is to go onto your Facebook, because right now everybody's challenge groups are on their Facebook page. And I want you to go into each of your challenge groups and go through the thread and make sure that you've posted lately. If you haven't, you should be posting in there every day. You should be posting some sort of motivation. You should be posting your journey still with your challengers, especially if it's a program challenge. So make sure you go into there and make sure you've posted. If you have not posted, you can quickly find something to post or make a note for yourself that when this call is over to post. But I want you to go in there, make sure you've posted something, and check in and discuss with all of your people. Talk back to them if they've said they had a problem. If your group has been quiet and you haven't, good job, Amy, because I just got a notification that you posted in yours. So if you've noticed that your group has been super quiet and nobody's posting that they're doing workouts and no one's posting that they're drinking water if it's a water challenge, post something. Hey guys, it's been kind of quiet in here. Is everybody still with me? Just post something like that. It could even be a picture of you going, like, where is everyone? So post something like that and really get engaged with your challenge groups. And then let me know once you're done with that. And just so you know, I'm reading the chats here. Amber said, loved Go for No. Oh yeah, I'll look on my Kindle right now and I'll give you that networking book that I'm reading. I really like it. It's a great book. Great job, Amber. I just got a notification that you posted in your group. And good job to Natalie also. Oh, I like that picture. That's funny. Okay. Everybody good? Post it in your groups? Okay, good. So let me share the name of that book. I know Amber was asking the name of the book. It's called Rock Your Networking Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. It's really good. I got it on my Kindle. I want to say it was like $5 on Kindle. I'm sure they have the audio version. I actually didn't even look for it. It happened to pop up on a recommended book because of the other books that I had read. So that I liked that one. I'm going to look really quick into my books here just to see if there's any other recommendations I can give you guys. Let's see. I have if none of you have read Eat That Frog, that's a really great book about how to prioritize your to-do list. So if you're one that works well off of a to-do list, read Eat That Frog. The book was Rock Your Networking. Hold on, let me go back to it, Amy. Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. It's really good. Another one that I had downloaded I haven't read yet is Retire Your Husband. It's a mom's guide to making millions in networking marketing. I read like the little summary of that book and it sounded phenomenal. So that might be another book that you guys want to look into. But you have to make sure that you guys are reading personal development growth books. Another book, one of my faves for us women, is Girl Code. And I'm sure everybody on this call that has read it can attest to how wonderful that book is for us. That is a phenomenal book for you guys to read. And there was one other one that I wanted to tell you that I had read that really helped. And Miracle Morning. That you can get on audio. And I want to say, I think I found it on YouTube actually. So that one is a really great one. It teaches you how to get your days started so you are already in that great mindset. So you add your personal development into your Miracle Mornings. I know some of you have very busy mornings, so Miracle Mornings are very difficult to try to figure out how to implement. But I know when I changed that and I started doing that and learning about how to do affirmations and what affirmations are and how they help you has really, truly, truly changed my business. Okay, so there's so much more that we could do power hour wise, but I just wanted to do a little bit. Next power hour will be a little bit different. We're going to do a few other different things, and then that way you can learn different techniques of different things you can do in your power hour. So then that way you can help grow your business a little bit more in an organized fashion as well. It's very important in this business is to make sure that you're organized. I want to open it up really quick before I end the call for anyone that has questions. And obviously, there's still stuff that you guys need to do, like following up with messages from the day before. You can do all of that once our call is done, because some of us will have more messages than others, and I don't want to take 20 minutes of everybody's time of everybody answering messages. So make sure when we end the call that you go in any messages that were left unanswered yesterday, answer those this morning so that people can get back to you. And make sure everybody has some sort of free group growing. If you don't, get one that's going to start Monday and post about it today. You will get people in it. It's a free group. All they have to do is say yes, and they're in it. So if you don't have a free group going, run one for next week, start it Monday. Even if it goes Monday through Friday, do a water challenge where you're helping them up their water intake for those days, and post about it today. So does anybody have any questions?
I have something to say, and then I have a question.
Okay.
So when we were adding people, I typed in friends of friends who like country music. It was only all the people coming up was they were friends with you, they were friends with the Greenbergs, all that. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work. So I went to my sister's page, and I've never thought about doing this. Went into her page, and I had added like 20 people of her friends that usually I'm like always going to like the recommendations, whatever, but I feel like I don't get that many, So anyways, I was really proud that I just did those 20.
That's awesome.
My question for the challenge tracker app. Obviously, we could have multiple groups. How many can we add in our group that we have right now?
As coaches or challengers? Because I don't think there's a cap for how many challengers you can have in it.
Okay.
But coaches, you can only have 10.
Okay.
That's why, because we're doing it as a team, I'm only putting people as a coach if they have a challenger. That way they can check on their challenger's activity.
Okay. Because I have like at least 10 people who I'm going to add to it, because, I mean, if there's no limit, then...
Yeah, I've never heard that there's any sort of limit on however many challengers you can have in here. And I will make sure today that I have you in there as a coach. I'll double check it that I have.
I am.
Okay, I thought I did because I know you had people to put in there.
Okay.
So I like your shirt, Lonnie. So whatchamacallit? So yeah, just go in and add them. If you have a problem with it, just call me and I'll walk you through it. But just make sure at the end, after you add them to the list, you click invite or they're never going to get to it.
Right, okay.
And I know Amy had one of her people had a couple issues. So if they have a problem with it, have them delete the app and try it again.
Okay.
Because I guess there was like a glitch with it. So at least now we know, like just have them delete it. You can resend them the thing and then do it again.
She had an old version of it and she had to update it. That's what it ended up being.
Okay, so if there's a problem, have them check their app updating thing and make sure all the apps are updated and that app is updated. But okay, is there any other questions? And Natalie, by the way, that's awesome. You added 20 people in 3 minutes. And now see, and by doing it that way, it's people that already know you through your sister. So it's easier to start that conversation and to thank them for accepting, like, thanks, girl. I don't know why we haven't been friends all this time. I've known you for this many years. It's easier to get the conversation going.
Yeah.
And you get more, it's not such an organic like that you have to start building a relationship. You can just kind of start from where you already have the relationship.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That you were able to add 20 people, and that gives you more people of a possibility.
I mean, that's the most that I've ever added at one shot anyway, so I'm going to go do that with all my other siblings.
Exactly. And if you just set that timer for 3 minutes, it went by really fast, and look at that. So if you do 3 minutes a day, you're adding 20 people a day. Look at how many people that is in a week. So your chances of helping more people has just totally increased.
Yeah.
By not just doing 5 a day. I mean, that's a great number to start with, but
Right.
I like my chances to be higher. So
Right.
I've always added more than 5 that I tell you to add every week. Does anybody else have any questions before I have everybody make sure they're in front of their camera so we can take our picture? No questions? Okay, we need Albert and Christina's camera on so we can take, there they are. And Krista, where are you? I want Krista's face in there. There she is, getting her Shakeology. All right, smile, guys. And if you want, take pictures with your phones too. If you want to take pictures so you guys can post, having the team call is a great way to post and share about the business and how we're together in the mornings and things like that. So everybody smile. Natalie's taking a picture. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. If you have any questions while you're finishing your power hour of doing follow-ups or anything like that, text me, call me, message me, whatever's easier for you, and I'll help you finish your power hour out. Thank you so much for getting on the call this morning. You guys rock. Bye, guys.